What if your struggles are trying to wake you up? What if it's the universe or your own soul shaking you and saying, hey, wake up, you're not listening? What if it's the universe or your higher self that's trying to get your attention by throwing you all of these challenges and what it looks like on the surface, these problems that is actually an opportunity and it's there to teach you a valuable lesson that you're just not seeing at the moment. Most people repeat the same patterns in their life, maybe even their entire life. It becomes this loop because they're not able to see it and take in the lesson. So it keeps on repeating itself. And here's why, and also how to break free from it. Have you ever felt like you're stuck in the same loop, in some kind of pattern that no matter how much healing work you do or how much work on yourself you do, like personal development, just keeps on repeating itself? This might show up in a number of ways. Some common ones might be you're getting into the same romantic relationship, the same patterns there keep on repeating itself, different details, but kind of like the same kind of arguments, and yeah, you feel misunderstood and not heard. Could also show up in your business. You try to grow. You just don't seem to be able to get to that next level of income, profits, clients, maybe impact. This has to do, right, with certain patterns. And what if it's not about the partner, the romantic partner or the business partner or the clients or any other external force or circumstance? What if it's about you being part of the problem or contributing to the problem? And this is what in the gene keys we call your shadows. And your shadows is basically patterns that keep on looping until you embrace the lesson within them and can transcend the shadow into your gift, into your superpower, and into a higher version of yourself, so to speak. So these shadows aren't flaws, they are invitations. An invitation, an opportunity to grow and develop and evolve into your highest potential. So until you face the shadow, the pattern that you feel like is repeating will stay. But once you see it clearly, it will start dissolving. You overall will get into this lens of seeing everything with quite a clear perspective of like how you're actually contributing to the situation. And it will all come as a light bulb of you seeing things clearly. And you will also see the answers or the solutions to solve this and get out of this pattern and the loop. For me, myself, I used to get stuck in these cycles of sometimes burnout, sometimes confusion, sometimes stress, just not feeling very good, not feeling excited about life or not feeling motivated to keep on having the hunger and drive to pursue my dreams and desires. I used to feel stressed about not reaching my goals. I used to try to force certain things, try to force more results in my business, trying to fix and control and solve the situation in my relationship with my partner. I used to feel weak by spending time and energy with maybe misaligned people that I saw as superficial conversations or superficial relationships. It could even be to the point where I myself sometimes are putting on a mask, trying to be something that I'm not, trying to come across as better than I am, or trying to come across as more knowledgeable than I am, etc., etc. So as I looked into my shadows, it was interesting to see that the very shadows I'm now describing was superficiality, stress, force, weakness, and then also exhaustion. When each one of these shadows takes place, usually it leads to me feeling exhausted and depleted of energy because overall I'm out of alignment in one way or another. And that is what the gene keys can really tell you in detail on why that is. And as you're reading that and as you're getting those insights, you're getting an aha moment of how you're really contributing to the problems and contributing to getting stuck in these cycles and in these patterns. And now also a realization of how you can transcend the shadow into gift and break the cycle, break free. That's what it's all about. So for me, how that looked like in a transformational way, I stopped hanging out with people that I thought was really not my vibe and that, it felt like a superficial relationship with either I or the other person didn't really fully open up to our true authentic self. I stopped forcing growth in my business, stopped forcing trying to get more clients, more results, more achievements basically, and realized that instead of being in that shadow of force and stress, I could now go into my gift of more self-assurance, believing in my own capability that no matter what the circumstances are, from a state of being in the present moment, being able to figure things out, being able to create magic out of any circumstance I'm given. And that made me get out of stress and force into a better emotional state. And now all of a sudden, creativity and ideas and working smart way of getting results was coming more effortlessly to me. And that became a really nice evidence point, of course, of like, oh, I don't need to work hard in order to get results. I don't need to force and hustle and grind in order for abundance to flow to me. And I got really better at recognizing also how my shadow of stress showing up would be entering and affecting my romantic relationship with my partner, and how my energy then would affect her and vice versa. And that we're sometimes triggering each other, both my shadows and her shadows sneak into the relationship. And as soon as we are aware of that, we can change that and we can focus on how to activate our gifts instead, have a much better relationship and ultimately a much better life in all the areas. So I invite you to contemplate on your own patterns. I want to ask you, what patterns are you repeating in your life right now? What are challenges or problems that seem to be coming up again and again? And next, of course, is to really take a look at your gene keys. Go to the genekeys.com website, download your own profile by inserting your birthday details, what year, day, and month you're born, and exact time. And it's gonna spit out a really insightful hologenic profile for you, where you can map out your gene keys in all the different sequences, whether you want to activate your power and look into your purpose in life and what career would be suitable for you, how that will feel in alignment to you. You can map out your Venus sequence on how your love in relationships is showing up, or as well as what emotional patterns of healing you might need to look into. Childhood wounds need some attention and love and nurturing. And also the third sequence, the Pearl sequence, which is all about how you uniquely work on how to attract abundance, wealth, and prosperity into your life, including money, including how you can feel these internal emotional states that would be very joyful for you, pleasurable, that would serve you, excitement, curiosity, feeling internally free and feeling internally deeply aligned. So yeah, if you haven't done that yet, go to the website, check that out. I assure you that this will be very mind-blowing for you and help you to break these patterns and these struggles that's showing up in your life. Because if you change that perspective and see it as an invitation and an opportunity to grow, it will be very, very, very fruitful for your life. So now, instead of your struggles being a bad thing, you will see them as a good thing, that it's just there to try to wake you up, and it's there to try to show you something. The universe, your soul, your higher self is trying to wake you up. Are you ready to listen?